Hey guys, it's Brittanni Below here, and you are watching my weekly series, Fiercely Focused. This is a program really all for anyone, especially women who are savvy, business-focused, career-driven, and ready to really make changes that are going to impact not just their careers and business, but their life. And I am so excited to announce a new program that I am getting ready to launch. And I have a beta test coming up in October. So tonight I want to share a lot about why I've started to put this program together, what the main purpose of it is, and how you can be part of it. I think that anyone can really benefit from this, because if you're somebody who is a dreamer and you like to think about how you can level up in your career or in your business. Hey, Daniel, Steve, Kate, I see you guys hopping on. David, thanks for joining. Do me a huge favor and let me know where you're from if you're joining live, and if you're watching the replay, just type in replay. I'd love to know where you're from as well, and you can do that in the comments. So tonight it's all about my new program called the Visionary Squad Program. Now, I traditionally meet one-on-one, and over the past year, I would say, beginning in 2018, I started to do a lot of group coaching, and it's been so much fun for me because, hey Keith, the group coaching not only allows for me to meet new people and get together, but being able to see the connections and relationships formed in the group with the other women is so amazing to me. And it really does make a difference. Hey, David, Keith, Vanessa, hey, Kate. You guys, I cannot wait to get started with this program, and I have a beta test launching in October. I did provide a link, and if you don't see it, there will be a link for you to apply to join the beta test. Now, it is available only to women. So if you're watching this and you are not a woman, you can still help by sharing it with women that you know. And again, this program is really for anybody who is looking to grow in their business or career and that may be a dreamer. Now, I've had a pretty incredible realization over the last 3 years, I'd say. And I want to share that with you because that is the whole reason why I've figured out I need to do this and realized I need to do this. And it's been a work in progress for sure. So for those who don't know me, I am a program manager by day. I also have a side business with wine, and I do coaching, training, and speaking. They're all wrapped in one, in my opinion. And that's just style. I was a certified John Maxwell coach, or became a certified John Maxwell coach in February of 2018. And I have followed John Maxwell for years. I didn't even know what coaching was. And when I finally realized, after learning so much from him, hey, Christina and Cheryl, thanks for joining. After I realized all the things that I learned from John, I mean, he helped so much with my business and my career. Now, I know some of you guys are working a 9-to-5 and you have no desire to do anything other than your corporate job, which kudos to you. And I kind of some days wish that I was like that, because I wish I could be content with just one stream of income, but I can't. And I've seen too many people lose jobs unexpectedly. I have a burning passion to help people, and there's only so much that I can do in my role with corporate that I'm not able to do outside, or I have to do it outside. So that's why I do what I do. The wine business, the coaching, getting on Facebook Live, sharing things on Instagram. If you've followed me for a while, you know I have started out years ago doing things with fitness and health. I still am such a fitness and health advocate, but I've shifted my focus to really helping other people with their career. And that's because I've had so many people I was helping with fitness and health they told me so many reasons why they wanted to get healthier. And yeah, it included being just healthier, overall wellness, losing a few pounds, showing up better at work, being a better parent, being a better friend, eliminating negative habits. They all had their reasons. And one of the other things that constantly kept coming up for people were about their career, and they felt stuck. And I know this might sting a little bit, so I'm going to carefully word this because some of you don't know me that well, and I'm trying not to offend anyone, but I do want to say, hey, Kelly, I do want to say, without offending anyone, and I'll say this, if I'm offending you by this statement, maybe you need to understand a little bit more about why it bothers you so much, because it could be a problem you have. It was a problem I had. And this statement is, if I am not taking care of myself and I'm not in a routine regimen and I'm not focusing on what I'm eating and I'm not embracing the only body that God gave me and doing my best to take care of it, how the hell am I going to show up at work and take care of other people and help other people? And how am I going to gain trust from people that I can even show up for them if I don't show up for myself? Now, that is something I live and breathe. When I work with people, I want you to understand that you're taking care of yourself is so much greater than you. So being selfish about your own health and wellness there's nothing wrong with that, because it only allows you to be a better you and show up for other people in a much better way than you could if you didn't. So I'll give you an example for me personally. I have been working out in the mornings. I've been watching what I'm eating, but I actually did my workout this evening because I knew I was going to be on live, and I wanted to make sure that my endorphins were up so that while I'm talking to you, I don't seem drained and I don't feel shitty, because I want you to get the best from me. And I've done that intentionally. That is just one example. I've been getting up and doing exercise routines in the morning before I go into work, and I've noticed such a big difference in how much more creative I'm being and how much more I'm thinking clearly. And just my attitude is so much kinder than when I'm not working out in the mornings and not watching what I eat. And I don't want to digress into a whole health spiel, but I do want you to understand that even in your career or your business, the way you treat yourself is how you're going to treat other people. It's how you're going to treat your customers. It's how you're going to treat your clients. If you're in sales, you're not going to show up and influence and be able to sell as best as you could if you were taking better care of yourself. And look at some of the top people in your company or your business. I'm pretty sure they have a great routine. And I know there are so many entrepreneurs and so many people who run businesses that have a good wellness routine. So I've digressed way too much into that. But because I started in health, I do want you to understand it's so important. But my focus has shifted to more of a career and business side, because all of my clients, when I was coaching them in fitness, constantly told me they had problems with getting to that next place in their career. They weren't sure where to go. They didn't know how to get there. They weren't taking the proper steps. They weren't networking effectively. They weren't taking time to really understand what they really wanted. And this is the key. They didn't take time to understand what they really wanted. They were doing what they thought they should do based on a hierarchy. If you're in a corporate job and you're starting off in a level one role, and then that next step is management, and then maybe the next step is leadership, they thought they had to follow that, and that was their only track. And in all actuality, some of them did move into management roles and realized, I hate managing people. It's not what I enjoy. I like doing that work that I used to do. And it's totally fine. And that's something most managers don't starting off, that when you begin managing and leading people, you are no longer responsible for digging in and doing the work. You need to know how to do it, but more importantly, you should understand how to properly and effectively lead a team that's going to be able to produce and get that work done so that you can be the visionary and be the leader and provide them with good direction and guidance. You shouldn't be micromanaging the hell out of people and doing the work for them. You should give them the autonomy to do the work and trust that their creativity, that their skills, and that their aspirations are there. And if they're not, then that is what you're for. So that's just an example. And many people realized as they were working with me on getting healthier that they didn't have a path or a plan to elevate their career and move into the next step. And that is what my new program is all about. So that was a corporate example. Let me give you a direct sales example, because I've worked with direct sales companies. I know that many of you guys are starting off with direct sales companies. You probably are working with one now. And there's a huge mistake that you're making that you probably don't even realize you're making. If you don't have a vision for yourself and your business, not your upline, not your friend that you joined with, but if you don't have a specific vision and you are living in someone else's dream because they've shared with you, this business has helped me retire my husband from his job. It's brought me home from my 9 to 5. I have more time with my family. I have more time with my kids. I have money coming in so I can take family trips. I hear that all the time, and that sounds great. But guess what? Me, I don't have kids. I don't have a husband I'm trying to retire. I don't necessarily want to retire myself from my job. So what's my story? And what's my dream? What is my vision? When I started out, I was doing it all wrong. I was not clarifying my vision. And when someone says, find out your why, there's way more to it than find out your why. That is a huge buzzword, and I love it. I'm a huge fan of Simon Sinek. He wrote a book called Start With Why. I reference it all the time, but it is not a vision. Your why is simply what motivated you to get started. It is not going to define what the future state looks like. And most people don't even think about that. They're so focused on why they got started, and then they're following steps from other people's dream, and they're not really honing in on themselves enough to understand what their vision is. And not only that, but is your vision tied to a realistic strategy that's going to work for you in your situation? Probably not. You probably haven't taken the time to sit down with someone, with a group, with a coach, with anyone, to sit down and say, what do I want to accomplish with this business or my career? Do I have different factors I should be considering that are beyond my control that I just need to be aware of? Do I have a strategy to achieve this dream? If I'm trying to grow my business, if I'm trying to get that promotion or change careers, do I have a strategy in place? Most people don't. They think about why. They have the motivation. The motivation is there. They want more money. They want to work for somebody else that's not such a micromanager. They're ready for a bigger job title. They want to run their own team. They want leadership responsibilities. Okay, so that's why. But the how you get there and the greater vision is what a lot of people aren't really putting together. And in order to do this effectively, you have to ask yourself a lot of questions, a lot of really personal and thoughtful questions. And most times you're not even thinking about these things because you're so focused on why and focused on what's in front of you. And you're not allowing yourself to go into your unconscious mind to understand, why am I really doing this? And is it sustainable? Is it even feasible for me in my situation? So there are so many people out there who start businesses or they run teams, and their situation looks so much different. And it's okay, because everybody is going to have a different situation. Everybody's going to be in a different place. But you have to have a different strategy. You can't use the same strategy as someone else, because their strategy is tied to their personal situation. And that is what the Visionary Squad program is going to really help with. So women joining in this, I am excited to see how you're going to redefine what your vision is, and more importantly, ensure that you're putting a strategy together, that you're including the right people in your strategy. Your friends and family are not part of your strategy. They might be part of it in some aspect because they are friends and family, but they should not be the number one focus when it comes to you thinking about your future state for your business or career. They can be a why, or they can be part of how you're getting there, but the strategy piece goes way beyond that, and way beyond them. And another question that people don't ask themselves is, am I really willing to pay the price for my dream? And I don't mean monetary. In some cases it may be, but are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to really scale back on some of those things that are sucking time away from you? Not just money, but time that you're not going to get back. And are you willing to let go of some of those negative habits that are stopping you from actually taking action? Are you willing to let go of some of those outside extracurricular things that you're doing when you get off from your 9-to-5 job? Are you willing to sit down and create a plan and stick to it to make these things happen? That is the question. And another question that I want to focus on throughout this is my dream really benefiting others? And I say this because I came from a very selfish place when I started, and I am doing so much to just redefine my vision and my purpose and who I am, because that all bleeds into what I do at work, what I do in my business, how I show up for other people. And I realized that I wasn't even worried about the benefit to other people. And it's crazy because, yeah, I wanted to help people get healthier. I did help people with fitness. I've helped people grow in their careers, but I wasn't thinking about initially how it benefited them. I was initially thinking about how I was going to pay my bills and how I was going to grow my business. And it's an added bonus to help these people. And that's just so backwards and so wrong, because there's a sense of selfishness that can show up if you're truly not primarily focused on helping other people. So in your career or business, if you think about beyond your day-to-day, what you have to do, and you're truly thinking about this bigger picture, and you have a strategy in place, you're going to be able to help other people and get a return on it. And it's all about service. So my 8-week program is going to be launching a beta test in October. It's only 4 weeks because it's the test. So we're not doing the full 8 weeks. It's only 4 weeks. Hey, Danita, Catherine, Carlos, how are you guys? Thanks for joining. So I do want to invite you, again, this is only open to women, but if you are a man watching this, I really appreciate it if you would share this with some of the women in your life who you feel are destined to do bigger, greater things in their careers, who may have just started running a business and they need some guidance and they need a strategy, because I completely love start with why. But that's exactly it. You start with why. You don't end with why. You start with why. You create a vision and a plan, and you end with results. And most people aren't getting the results they want because their vision is somebody else's. And when they got started, they got their why down, and it's easy to get your why because it got you started. That's what motivated you. But it goes beyond that. What is the vision that you have set to actually accomplish this? And that is what most people aren't thinking about. And I really want to understand more about how you plan on growing a business or expanding in your career if you don't have a solid strategy. And I want to help you, along with this group, to put together a few different things. So the first part of the program is all about self-work. We have to understand and take ownership of our purpose and our vision, gain clarity on it, understand if it's even a reality, because there's so many things that we can't control. We need to be mindful of that and be realistic. Do we have time constraints? Do we have money constraints? Do we have physical constraints? And get in of our vision, and how do we work around that to put something into action? The next is passion. Like, am I really passionate about this, or is this somebody else's dream? Hey, honey. Hey, Chris. Danita. So is this your dream, or is this somebody else's dream? Because you have to have a burning passion for it. You can't just be passionate about what somebody else is passionate about. And I hear so many people constantly making that mistake of, like, they're memorizing what other people have said, and then they're saying it, but it doesn't match with who they are. And then comes inauthenticity, and then comes distrust, and then there goes your business or your promotion, because you're not being yourself, you're not being real. So all of these things come with this group coaching. My Connecting with Confidence program has been so very successful, and so many people have learned how to better grow and connect, and it's constantly something I talk about. I'm not going to stop talking about that. It bleeds into this program as well, because we're still understanding the next piece of the program, which is service work. So we start with self-work, and then we have to look at service work. So do I have who I need to make this dream a reality? Am I willing to invest the time? Am I willing to invest any money? Am I willing to invest giving up things that are going to help me to make this vision a reality? And am I making moves towards my goal, or am I doing things in and out every day that are not really moving the needle, but I'm doing them because I'm told, but it's not helping me? So are you doing the right things every day? Are you satisfied? Are you excited with your passion, or what business you have, or the career you're in? Does it really excite you, or is it exhausting? Now, there's going to be times where you're not that excited, you're tired, you're burnt out, you need a break. That is different than you absolutely dread every single day what you do, and you get no burning passion for it ever. The fire is burnt out, it's dead, nothing's left. That is something you need to think about, because it might be time for you to think about shifting your career or business and doing something different. So the next piece to this is significance. Like, does your dream benefit other people? And that is something that I want to really focus on. Hey, Brian, Sarah, Roxanne. So if your dream is benefiting other people, that is huge, because you're not going to come from a selfish place like I once did and just really be desperate to make a buck and shortchange other people in terms of what you could be giving to them, because you're just focusing on the wrong thing. And I'm not saying that I was shady or that I did anything wrong. I just didn't have a clear vision, and so I wasn't focusing on the right things. And we all make those kinds of mistakes, especially when we just don't have a strategy in place. So I truly hope that if you are someone who is shifting in a career, or you have just started up your side hustle, or you're trying to move full time, like, get your strategy together. If you want to participate in this squad program, it's 4 weeks for the beta test, and anyone who participates in the beta test will have a lifetime discount on the full program. So remember, it is a group coaching program. I'm only going to launch this a couple times a year, just because I do still have a full-time job, and this is something that I do because I'm passionate about it. I love it. I have so much fun with this, you guys. I don't mind doing it twice a week, but that's also for me. I have to max my time out. So I initially planned on opening up one beta test group I have to keep it to 10 people in one group because the group is only effective if it's small. You're going to network with those people in the group for 4 weeks. We're going to be interacting with each other throughout the week in between calls. But it's really important that the group is small so that the conversations are personal and you can maintain that family feel, because that's what all my groups end up feeling like. And if it's a larger group, you just lose all that. So based on the applicants for the beta test, I will be thinking about how many groups. I'm pretty sure I'm only going to run 2. So fill out the application. It asks what days work best for you. If you're interested in, let me know the best days that work. I will be scheduling time to speak one-on-one with those who are in the beta test. And if it gets too crazy, I'm just going to do a group call. But I want to give you all a chance to be in on this. Please share this with friends. Even if you're not part of the beta test, when the full program launches, you're going to be hearing more about it. You're going to be seeing more about it. And we are leveraging my mentor, John Maxwell, his book, Put Your Dream to the Test. So this is going to be the book that we're using for this squad program. You will have to purchase it. It's about 15 bucks on Amazon. And that is it. I will provide group coaching for beta testers absolutely free. And it's pretty insane that I'm doing that because group coaching rates for a lot more than that. And for me to provide you this for free, I just can't wait because I know you're going to get so much value. You're going to create so many new relationships and connections with other like-minded business and career-driven women that truly want to change things and stop talking the talk, but truly walk the walk, do the work, put a plan together, go past their why into the vision that they are setting, the strategy to get them there, and the results that they want. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Jessica, I just saw you hop on, girl. Thank you so much for being here. If you need to catch the replay, it will be available. And I really hope that this has been helpful to you. I am here every Tuesday, 7:15, and I will see you next week. Have a wonderful night.